micro rigs, lever gun chest rigs, Chris rigs. These will hold Chris, UMP 45s. It'll hold P90 mags. You know, all your fat, wide body subguns. It'll also do MP5 mags, 1022 mags, 2, 4, 6 mags inside. We have upgraded this and added the Velcro on the back of these, so you can run a dangler with them. We also added the extra clips in there to the sides. So there's that. Today's Flag Day. If you use the code, you get to choose between a multicam black or a woodland tool bag light that is lined with the blue and white stars. We got some multicam black micros, Highlander cop rigs, a couple 308s. We got some stacked micros in Mandrake for all you jungle fighters. We got some woodland back in there. Evan Dixon, what's up? Patrick Caswell, what's going on? Kiri, how are you? Combat Art, what's up, dude? Midwest, Scott Taylor, Byron Roberts, Stephen Peoples, what's going on, guys? Bob, what's up? Mark Termel, what's up? How are you? What's up, Fat Cat? Fat Cat, you need a little top hat? Little tuxedo and top hat. Jose, what's up, man? Josh, what's going on? Corey. Kroll, what's up? Got shipping 18 mag shirt right on. I have one on right now. Glenn, what's up? Got done setting my son's gift up a little bit ago, 7th birthday. Right on, Chase. What'd you get him? What's his gift? Did you get him Ninja Stars and Caltrops? Did you get him road spikes? Did you get him a welder? That'd be cool, like an arc welder. Got my next size down, low profile belt. Oh, right on. I didn't know you had a belt on order. Isaac, what's up? Radio stuff, lots of radio stuff. 74 pouches over there. There's 35 or so here. Here are a bunch of the triple pouches. Here are more of them. Mesh pockets. Rallymans in Arid. I don't I've ever seen those before. Rallymans Coyote. Camo Cat is the cat's name. He did get Ninja Stars. He hasn't stopped asked for since seeing yours. But we got him a trampoline. Oh shit, that's cool. Man, trampolines are fancy now. They dig them into the ground, so when they fall off of them, they don't fall as far to the ground. And they have like a double trampoline where you jump on one and it takes part of the energy out so the kids don't get as fucked up. Like, there's some technology to trampolines now. If you ever need to get a trampoline, just go to any Mormon household. Mormons, I think to be Mormon, you have to have a trampoline. At least if you're in Utah. Rallyman subloads are going also, it looks like, in Arid. Ty Guy, what's up? Somebody custom ordered something in Tropic. Homestead, Florida in the house. What's up? Poo Poo, are you Homestead, Florida? Is that you? Just started watching your and Scully's Pulling the Thread podcast, and I wanted to say thanks for the great content, man. Episode 9 maybe 12. I think episode 12 is actually out to the public right now. Or maybe it's one of the membership levels. But we've actually recorded 29 of those. So at the $10 membership level, you get them as current events. There's actually a lot of content in there in addition to that. Saw some epic pain delivered by Oh, yeah. In the 80s? Yeah, fuck yeah. Corey Suttles. That's right, guys. Hit that thumbs up. There's 68 of you on here right now, and only 36 of you hit the thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up for us. It's free. Got the text tonight, Cat Daddy. Who got the text? I see Amanda's on here. What's up? $29 pulling this right is kicking. Tell them what they're missing, Scott. What's it about? What stood out to you? Scully was here today, hung out for a while. We discussed, he is of the belief you guys have 6 months. 6 months until the system implodes. Janet Yellen, who's supposed to be the cheerleader for our economy, came out yesterday, said cash is dead. The US dollar is dead, no longer a going concern. The Walton family, who owns, Walmart, they've sold a ton of their stock in their own company. They have fucking liquidated their stock. He's like, you're probably in a good place where we are, but if you're in a city, you're completely fucked. I'm like, yeah, but when the government reforms and puts together some form of government, they want to go and basically take country folks and enslave them to grow their food. And the ones that are outspoken against them, they're going to put them in camps or, do whatever they do with them in all the fiction stories, survival stories, all the manuals, really, it's what it is. It's a manual. So I guess we'll see. But Brandel, a dog ran out in front of Brandel's car on the way here and totaled his car. So he did not make it into film today. So we did not record today. But we got a shit ton of work done. Over 300.5 million in stock. Yeah. Making a new tinfoil hat? No, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Is it not worth having cash on hand? Well, I mean, they say they're coming out with the central bank digital currency in June or July, right? Like it's on their website. They say that's what's happening. If you look over in Europe and they've come out with their digital currency, it is now illegal to spend, what is it, over $400 in cash is jail time. I think that's what it's down to, $400 in cash. If you interact with another human being in over $400 of currency and don't use their digital currency, it's jail time. Tool Cove, what's up? Down zero. Yeah, he's okay. I'm making a new tinfoil hat for real. Apple and Meteor Metaverse are getting crazy. Broken Gun Story has been my favorite so far from Scully. Returning the refunded shipping from my order. Patrick, thanks, bud. The 12G pullout will fit AR mags. The 12 gauge pull-out pouch will fit AR mag. It'd be terrible. Why would you do that? There's no retention on it. There's no Velcro inside for Velcro dot retention. Will it fit? Yeah, it will. Muddy Paws, what's up? Let me tell you this too. When Scully says things like that, there's over 16 people that served with Jeff who have moved here. Right? You have dudes running major businesses out of California who fly out here once a month and work on properties and homesteads out here in the fucking middle of nowhere. So while these dudes are saying things that people are like, yeah, whatever, they're acting like they believe what they're saying. Jeff also said, he said, hey, have you seen the combat footage coming out of Ukraine engaging Russian troops, right? Because the Russian troops are conscripts. So they've built all this trench. There's all this trench warfare going on, and the Ukrainians are taking back Bakhmut, I guess. And he said there's tons of footage from drones and body-mounted cameras where these dudes are running and gunning. You have 3 guys running down these areas like a mile worth of wood line, and the Russians have all these bunkers dug in and built in. And he said 3 guys come up and just fucking start blasting a bunch of Russian troops. And as they come past, they're tossing grenades into the bunkers. And they run past and get in a gunfight with the next group of dudes. And the people behind them jump in the bunkers and pull out the machine guns and the ammo and start reloading. And then they're leapfrogging, basically. He's like, but they're firing. They fired. They must have blasted like fucking 50 mags worth of ammunition. And he said that to make the point where dudes are crying about carrying 13 mags of ammo. It's because they haven't been in gunfights. And here is aerial footage from drones showing these guys are dumping hundreds and hundreds of rounds in real warfare. Jason, what up? Philippe, what's up? Saw the same thing about the Waltons. They do that when the company buys back shares. I think they can't hold more than 50%. Rallyman pouches. Laugh out loud. What are we talking about, Rallyman pouches? Hey, man, I looked into it, and Milwaukee does, in fact, make that M18 model in 14 and 16. That's what I thought. Fought for independence over a T-tax. Now we were taxed 40% on income. Most people are actually taxed more than 40%. You're taxed 40% on income, but then the money that you retain after the 40%, you're taxed every time you spend it. Think about that. Every time you move money, you lose part of your money. Will the 12 gauge pullout fit an AR mag? Well, yes, but yeah, you can take that inner card out and put a 12 gauge fit an AR mag. Yes, it will. I don't know why you would do that, though. That's why you carry a 9mm and AK-47, and I always pick up ammo from the OP4. Guys, it's crazy. He saw the drone footage. Guys, it's on YouTube. Just look up Ukraine combat footage. Saw a video of a Russian soldier surrendering to a drone. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you got to keep in mind, those people we're calling Russian soldiers. Those are dudes they've pulled out of prison. Those are dudes they've rousted up out of villages, put them on buses, put them on airplanes or whatever, and then handed them rifles. Like they're not trained. Are we doing any 18-inch duffels? Probably not, man. If you want one, send me an email. Tell me what you want, and we'll discuss it. We're probably about to run a bunch of clothes bags. We just got more multicam black, so you'll probably start seeing a bunch of stuff in multicam black. You guys can shoot whatever you want, but if you don't have anything worth protecting, it's all pointless. Muddy paws. That might change for you. That might change. What if what you're protecting is simply your life, right? What if they burnt your shit down, right? I have a compound here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. But what if the powers that be lit my shit on fire? Or, depending like who we're talking about, at what point in the future we're at, what if they just flew over here and fucking dropped a bomb? Our own government bombed. Look up Black Wall Street. Look up Black Wall Street. That was the first time our government used aircraft to bomb U.S. citizens. How is the Cobra buckle stock? Should I send the old belt for Reese? You should buy a new one. You'll get it faster. conscription is still a thing in a lot of countries. Yeah, it will be here. It will be here. What do you think they're built? Do you think they just took down all those FEMA camps, right? And there's probably somebody on here that just heard me say FEMA camp, and they're like, oh boy, he's lost his mind. Like, you should look into that. They built a shit. Do you know Walmarts are built to be infrastructure? What do you think they're doing with all the Walmarts that they're shutting down? Why does all the fencing and security, why is there so much security and fencing around closed down Walmarts? Why is there barbed wire facing in like a jail would have on Walmarts? If you don't know what I'm talking about, look that up for yourself. Rallyman pouches. I showed them earlier in this video. We're building Rallyman pouches. If you would like some, send me an email. We can put them online for you so that you can get them ordered, and we'll make some. I'm digging myself in the garden dirt alone. The dude doesn't get it. I'm digging myself in the garden dirt alone. The dude doesn't get it. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you a female and your dude doesn't get it? Is that what you're saying? I was out in my garden alone earlier tonight, and then we went to dinner. Man, a lot of folks should be glad I don't have a blue rant. Jason, who would we ban? Who we banning out? The FEMA coffins. What was it? 17 million? There was 18,000 stainless steel full-size guillotines purchased, contracted by the Obama administration. Like, if you haven't heard any of these crazy ass things I've just said, if you've never heard this, if it's not on your radar, you should start researching that. What do you think they did with that shit? You think they just got rid of it? Massive places everywhere around. Yes. And they all have train tracks leading to them. If you ever ride the train, jump on a train as a hobo, right? Or look at aerial maps where trains go. Trains go through very desolate areas. How much did it cost you to fence your compound interested in a dog moat? I don't know what you mean, dog moat. The fencing here on the property, it was about $7,000 to fence the upper area when we did it years and years ago. It was $40,000 to fence the driveway and the inner compound with the black vinyl fencing you see when you come in, with the dual sally ports and the gate openers, and then the big swing gate. There's actually 3 gates. Most people don't realize there's an even bigger one there. That, and then the zinc fencing around the back, that was $40,000. And then the fencing around in the back, which is similar to the fencing out front, that was close to $10,000 when it was all done. But we used, like, the wire on the back fencing, we used 6-inch vertical poles. And is there T-posts in there? I don't think we used T-posts. I think we used 6-inch poles and 4-inch poles. And then we used a woven wire that's 2x4. So, like, rabbits can't even get through that fencing in the back. So $6,000, 16, about $56,000, all said and done. We could have definitely done it less costly. We could have done it cheaper. And for the $40,000 I paid, we definitely could have got better fencing for that price. I shop it. I trusted the dude we were doing business with, and comparing it to places, other facilities like Kellogg's and industrial places, I thought I was getting industrial fencing, and it is not. It is not industrial fencing that we got. Like, there's no middle support pole. There's no wire on. It's some bullshit, really. And it's my own. I didn't do my due diligence, is what it is. It works great to keep the dogs in, keeps people out. Somebody knocks on this fence. They came through 2 gates. You know, they came over 2 gates. They came through dogs to get here. Walmart by my house is directly against the train tracks. Yeah, look up if you haven't heard of tunnels under Walmart. Just type that. Most of the videos have been removed. But if you type that in YouTube, you will find a lot of content. People talking about it. People with video of giant quarrying machines at Walmarts. Neighbors talking about how there was booms and their houses and buildings were shaking for multiple days. 24 hours a day. There was a droning sound. You'll find a lot of people talking about it. Thousands of news reports. Just type in tunnels under a Walmart and go from there. Finishing your property adds a good amount of resale. It does, yeah. Ever notice that Walmart stores are built close? Oh, fuck yeah. And they all have water drainage, right? If you look at most of them, they are set up in a manner where you can land aircraft. Not only fixed-wing aircraft at a lot of them, but definitely helicopters. Every fucking one of them in the parking lots. Like all of our Walmarts around here, they're all standalone. Like they might build some other structures by them, but typically when Walmart comes into a place, they handle all the off-ramps, they pay for all the street lights, they expand the roads, they do all of the dirt work, they pay for everything. Felt them tunneling below your house? I bet there's a tunnel under Walmart content on TikTok. Oh, I bet there is. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on TikTok that has been removed from YouTube. Do you ever use alternative search engines for conspiracy stuff? No, what would you use now? I used to use DuckDuckGo. It's been bought by Google. I also use Brave browser. I seek knowledge everywhere I can find it. This is the Jordan Peterson group, James Yeager, etc. John, you're included. Right on, Caleb. The Beast Marketplace. Dano, not the line. The Beast Marketplace. What is the Beast Marketplace? I heard Brave good, but I haven't time in on it. It seems like an older school browser. 2 billion rounds for Homeland. Yeah, Homeland Security. Walmart's the biggest supplier to Homeland Security. That's their biggest partner, actually. Walmart's also set up where it could be vehicle storage, vehicle maintenance, hospital, field hospital. Like Walmart is government infrastructure. Those camps are real. Walmart can become a prison in 12 hours. Yes. And who would they put there? They would put people like you and I having these conversations, right? People that don't toe the line. Thanks for the woodland run on the micro rigs. One of those will be mine. Going to email you about adding a lever gun and sub gun to the existing. We can't do that, Dean. Just place your order, buddy. Just order them up and we'll ship them out. But I cannot add to an existing order. And if you want those things, I would recommend doing it very soon. Like we've run those. So what's hanging there, there's a few remaining. But, we push an email and a text out on Thursday, so they'll blast out. Everything goes out that hasn't gone through the week. I see some black CQBs with pistols. I see some random different things. Some more Star Wars bags will ship orders out. New to this one, what is the purpose of the tunnels and train track location as well as potential aircraft landing? Military infrastructure. Some would say that during collapse of society, right, the powers that remain are always challenged by people who the powers want to take from, right? Like me, for instance. I am very outspoken against the mainstream, right? So if you had some, and it usually goes down to even local level government, because when FEMA or federal government starts putting infrastructure back together, they always want to get with local area governments, right? That's why you have Homeland Security Office. Every law enforcement agency, every department has a Homeland Security liaison. Who are they profiling, right? We don't have terrorists around here. We barely have anybody but just normal ass white folks and some black dudes. Who are they profiling? They are profiling people who are outspoken against the current government. That's literally what it's for. Who is that? That's me. Think about right now, right? If you pulled off on an off-ramp in the middle of nowhere and some shitbags came up and tried to rob you and you smoked them and then just drove away, why report it, right? The buzzards lead them. The problem is that every one of you has this tattletale. So when they find Cletus in the ditch with his face half eaten by a buzzard, they're going to be like, huh, it looks like somebody shot Cletus in the face. All they're going to do is geofence the area to the cell towers in the area, every single cell phone that was there. And if there's you and 5 or 10 other people, they're going to look at that and go, which one of these people is most likely to have smoked Cletus? Well, we know Cletus is a shitbag. So it's near the off-ramp. Somebody probably pulled off and Cletus tried to rob them because we know Cletus is a thief. And somebody smoked him. They're still going to come and arrest you because of this. Or your OnStar. Or if you have a car that's made since 2000, 2010 for sure, there's a record of does your car, do you have a new car, right? Both my Toyotas out front. They send me an email. Hey, motherfucker, you're coming up on that 5,000 mile service. You need your tires rotated. Your car knows where you were. When the power goes out, though, if the power goes out, right, they keep threatening you with your internet's going to go out. Your power's going to go out. When the power goes out and Cletus gets smoked, nobody's cell phones work. That tattletale's not with you anymore. Yeah, dump the phone. Yep. They're looking for 17-year-old kids. They can talk into unknowingly breaking yes, absolutely. Faraday bags do not work. It unloads inertia data and retroactively plots where you were. There was a dude, I don't remember who it was, and he had 2 cell phones. He had one cell phone, and then he'd bought a brand new one and never activated it. And he drove around Washington, D.C., went to a bunch of places in D.C. The cell phone that was unactivated, he never activated it, had a record of everywhere he had been with the phone. And then the other thing is, your phone knows, you ever I watch videos and stuff. And then when I'm around other people who I'm not typically around, like Pierre, for instance, last weekend, we went into Nashville, had dinner with Pierre. My phone, Amanda's phone, Pierre's phone, Jessica's phone, they were all right there. All of a sudden, his phone starts recommending him videos that I had watched because the phones know each other. We interact. If I send you private messages, your YouTube will recommend videos to you because our phones know what we do. It's the algorithm. I hear microwave oven does the trick. There's guys that actually think that, right? Put your phone in the microwave oven and grab your girl's phone and call your phone. See if it rings. Wife car tells us when there is inclement weather in our area. Yep. Yeah, your car has a Jeep. I have a 98 Tracker. They can't remote shut off my vehicle. No, you be aware they can fry your vehicle, right? 20 years ago, before we left San Diego, they could aim a device like CHP, California Highway Patrol, could aim a device at your vehicle and literally fry the computer in your truck. Shut it off right there. Cletus was a gentle giant. Yes, he was a nice boy. He was a good boy. You are the target, yes. Makes you wonder why the Walton kids just sold all their shares, yeah. MCT, what's that, multi-cam tropic, compact tear-off? Send an email. Any ETA for Typhon multicam black subgun rigs? I don't know. Do you have one on order? I don't think you do. I don't think you could have ordered one. Send an email. That's how it happens. It's amazing. It's actually rather baffling how many dudes are on here every night and they're like, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? I probably say at least a dozen times through the video, send me an email. When I get off of here, I go upstairs and I've got a laptop in my lap and I've got my phone there and I'm looking at sales and how many, what the sales have done for the evening, because the sales always go up while I walk around here. But I'm always surprised at when I've told all these dudes, hey, send an email. Fucking, I'll bet you out of 100, I'll bet only 5 dudes send the email. Join late. What color Rallyman pouches are you running? These are arid, but these might be subloads. I don't know if they're subloads or Rallyman pouches. Here's Coyote over here. I thought I saw some multi. It really doesn't matter. Just send me an email. Tell me what you want. Like we're running a ton of shit right now. We're very low on multicam, and we just got multicam black. We're about to run a ton of shit in multicam black. We were supposed to have Typhon. We paid for Typhon. Typhon didn't show up. We have like 0 Typhon. Would those Chris wigs work for Glock Man? They would. Yeah, they certainly would. John Elijah sent last week. Okay, well, I don't know what that is. So, again, send an email. Just send an email. If you're the dude that was saying, were you the multicam Tropic guy? Yeah, 18-inch duffel compact tear. 18-inch duffels are something we don't sell very many of. So, you want a compact tear-off, you'd get that faster than the other. And if I was going to build them for you, you wouldn't be able to order them together. You need to order them separate. I know. It costs you a little bit more in shipping, but we run tons of shit all the time where you get free promos or free shipping. I mean, there's always something. But it's a hassle for me to build some special shit because you wanted it, and then to have to build all of it. It just won't happen. I see all these sewing machines here? There's never been a day since I've been in this building where they're all full. I just don't have bodies here enough to build it. Think Rocky Woods has Typhon. Yeah, sure they do. And it costs 3 times what we pay for it. Rocky Woods is cool. It's cool for you. It's not cool for me. I buy 75-yard rolls. And I buy it from the exact same place Rocky Woods buys it from. But Rocky Woods brings in 1 roll and sells Billy 2 yards and sells Bob 3 yards. Hardest color combo to build? There's not really hard color combos. I mean, pink doesn't tension well. And when we sew stuff, like a lot of stuff, if we're sewing like pink thread on multicam black or on Typhon or something, we actually assemble the product in black and then over sew it in hot pink. And a lot of times we'll over sew twice. So you have to be even more careful so that the lines all line up so it doesn't look like they're side by side or wavy. It's very unforgiving. It actually takes a lot longer to put bright threads in a piece of gear. That's why companies don't do it. That's why you don't see big companies doing it. Seen semi trucks show up with rolls of fat. Yeah, they did on, I think, Monday. We had a roll. Pallets come in. Cell phone tracker, tattletale. Yes, it's much more insidious than that. Even look up Stingray, right? Look up Stingray. It's pretty crazy when you've not heard about it and you find out about Stingray. We were doing that in the frickin' beginning of Iraq. Nighthawk, what's up? Are the ladies tired of radio pouches? No, they're not tired of all. They're not tired of anything. Like our crew, I've got 100 of everything for you. They're not tired of it. No. It actually is easier the more we build of something. I do have a couple people, like we did have some other people sewing on them, and they came out, and I'm like, there's no fucking way we're delivering that. We actually rebuilt some of the product. Like we had probably 50 radio pouches, and we're like, I'm like, that's never leaving the building. That's fucking trash. We actually cut them in half so they couldn't be used and rebuilt them. We have some people, it's like they're just taking crazy pills. Like, we'll have a person that'll sew something, a batch of 20 perfectly, and then sew the next batch as though they've never seen it before. It's absolutely baffling. But on the days where they do good or okay, everything they do is something somebody else doesn't have to do. Bought an old motorcycle to build out a bug out vehicle. That's cool, Patrick. What'd you get? I got the pork butt defrosting and grabbing the logs of bologna. Right on, Jason. Message me just a list of what you need, and Amanda will I will pick all that up tomorrow. Anyone ever fall asleep at their sewing machine? No, I do. We had a lady working here, and I think it was pills, because she actually would fall asleep and smack her head on the sewing machine so loud that it would reverberate through the building. It actually happened like half a dozen times. I would walk up, and she would literally just be sitting like kind of rocking back and forth asleep, and I would smack the machine really loud, and she would wake up like startled, and I'm like, you're asleep again. Go outside, walk around the building a couple times. I don't care what chemicals you're taking, but you're taking the wrong ones to be at work right now. Ran 3.25 miles today and lifted while listening to the podcast. I find it helps me go to my happy place. That's awesome, bro. That's fucking good for you. That's awesome. KLR 650, very cool. Patrick, awesome. I would like to add another motorcycle. I want something probably like a Honda. I'm probably going to do a newer Honda. I want something with an electric start, right? I have a XL650R, the aluminum frame, water cooled, but it's a big fucking bike. It's tall. It's not very forgiving, right? When I was 25, 30, 35, cool. It's a kickstart. I also have a 400, which is completely badass. It's got a ton of work in it. But it's a 400, right? It's an XR. It'll climb up a wall, but it's a slow moving bike. Cracking me up with the work. Oh, I have tons of them, man. Our crew's good. We have girls. We have a girl who's actually wanting to come back to work now. One of her sisters works here. We've hired her and fired her, or she has rage quit. There's been a lot of shit that's happened. She's worked here probably 8 times now. And I know every time, I know exactly what happens. She comes to work and she's fucking awesome for about 4 weeks. And then the next 4 weeks, like the second month she's here, just weird shit starts happening. Some days she's really good, and the next day she'll be sewing the exact same shit and completely fuck it up, like sew it sideways kind of shit. And then the next 90 days, it's just like, why the fuck, when are we going to fire this bitch? Or when is she going to quit? Or when's she going to get arrested again? And it happens every time. And I know that we're going to get her once, maybe twice a year, and she's going to be really good for 1 month, and she's going to be okay for the second month. And it's like clockwork. And we also know that every time she gets her tax return, she stops coming to work. She'll show up with, she buys $500 cars. And then when she gets her tax return, she'll put rims and tires on the car, or she'll put a fucking $2,000 stereo system in the car, or she'll tint the windows. Meanwhile, there's mud and dirt and trash filled, like literally you can't sit in the passenger seat because it's full of trash. She's a known commodity though. That's a werewolf that we know. We know exactly what we're getting, and we're going to have 60 days worth of labor out of her. Would you say hardest part of running a company would be managing the work? Not even managing the workers. Your biggest frustration will always be human beings. That third paycheck hits different. That's exactly. When we hired her the first time, she was on probation for 2 more years. So they were drug testing her every week. She was like one of my top 5 employees probably since I've been in Camden here for 15, 16 years. Like Awesome. Great employee. Everything you would want for somebody you pay to do labor. And then she was getting off probation. So we knew she was getting off probation on a Thursday. And she came in pretty fucked up Friday and then never showed up to work on Monday. Came in Tuesday. We sent her home. And then she was just twacked out of her mind ever after that. Risky, what's up, man? How are you? Ask Chappie. He knows all about exactly what I'm fucking talking about. He lives right around here. Yep, soon as no mandatory pissing. Yep. We've actually talked to the sheriff about doing a work furlough program. Like, let me have your ladies that are applicable. Let me have them. We'll give them a skill. Most of them are going to be on probation for a year or two when they get out. So you're gonna piss test them. So we'll employ them for at least a year or two. We will give them money. They'll be able to get an apartment or a place to live and transportation and shit, right? We'll even get a van or whatever. We'll pick them up in the morning, bring them here, feed them. I'll feed them breakfast and lunch, and we'll take them back to the jail because they'll do a furlough program. He calls them dogmen. Yeah, I call them werewolves. One of my guys showed up 2 hours late. He's paid by the day 8 hours. I told him I'm taking 2 hours. He was shocked. Yeah, when you do that, I mean, same thing, right? If they sow something that they've sown all the time, right? And then they just all of a sudden sow something fucked up. When you tell them, hey, go clock out, you're fixing this. It tends to like, they pay more attention, right? It literally most of the time it comes down to they just don't care. And when I say that, we have really good employees. I mean, we built all of this shit, right? But there's a couple of them and you're just like, what the fuck? What was she thinking? Great opportunity though, whether they make the best it's exactly what it is, man. A lot of people think they have it so bad. And they've just never ever seen what it is to have it bad. They don't realize as like our homeless fucking people in this world walk around having the ability to have drugs every day and have a fucking free cell phone. And we give them all fucking money. Like there's homeless motherfuckers making more than single parents trying to raise kids who work 40 more hours a week, and a homeless motherfucker has more expendable income. Yeah, well, like that doesn't work here. You can't pay by the piece. You wouldn't get any of this shit. We don't build big enough runs. Carhartt here in town pays a performance pay, and you're going to sew 1,000 pieces of something every day. You're going to do the exact same thing over and over. So your bundle goes to the next station to the next station. Carhartt sewers are not skilled labor. We've had 100 of them through here. We've hired maybe 10 of them. I am paying 5-year employees right now more than 20-year-old employees at Carhartt are making. Risky gives daily news, BS in the proper amount of time. Yeah, he's. I didn't know until recently that he's very active on TikTok. I believe I saw him on Instagram too. So his algorithm's working because it's popping up. I'm seeing it. I actually watch him. I interact with him. I believe homeless have more cash in their pocket to spend than the average family. I believe so. I would believe it. Yeah, fuck Joe Biden. What does that look like after 48 hours of no power? 48 hours. Fuck. You got kids in major cities right now that are killing themselves when the power goes out for the night. Your story of employee is one of the reasons I haven't hired anyone I know. Jason, it's easy when you have fewer. Find really good ones and pay them a lot. Find a screen printing business around you. Steal one of their employees. You've got till the ice cream melts. What Scully? Okay, so Scully came in today. Brandel, a dog ran out on the interstate. Brandel ran over it. It fucking smashed the whole front end of his car, busted his radiator back. From the videos he sent me, I'll be surprised if they don't total the car. So Brandel didn't get in. I messaged Scully early. I'm like, hey, Brandel's not making it. Scully shows up anyways. So we stand around and talk for a couple hours. And he's like, man, I'm moving the timeline up. And this is not like Jeff. I'm always like, okay, but until violence happens, nothing will change. And he's like, violence won't ever happen. People are comfortable. People aren't hungry. People are pacified. Today, he's like, I'm moving the timeline up. I think you got 6 months. I'm like, what are you talking about? I think you got 6 months until shit starts happening. Major cities start burning down. I go, why? What are you basing this on? And this is not a conversation that Jeff has. Jeff is usually like, I throw the crazy shit out, and then he diffuses it and tells me why it's not going to happen. He's like, the Waltons just sold off a ton of their stock. Janet Yellen came out yesterday, said the dollar's dead. He's like, I think the cities, you're going to see it happen first in the cities. I go, yeah, but I'm worried about the federal government, right? I'm not worried about my local area people. He goes, yeah, but the feds are going to be so fucking busy in the cities because the cities are going to be on fire. They're going to try to secure and save the cities, right? So you got 6 months to a year before they end up out here. What the feds do is they get with the tyrant local governments and then they start cataloging people, right? You're already cataloged. You have a Homeland Security liaison at every police and sheriff's department. They already know who you are. And who do they choose to be Homeland Security liaisons? Those are liberals. Those are Obama voters. Those are fucking Biden voters. They are not people that associate with you, right? They are cataloging you. They're driving around. They're taking note of Trump signs. They're taking note of gun stickers. They're taking note of dudes that hunt deer, right? Those are not liberals. But every town has liberals in it, and that is who is the Homeland liaison. So they know who to come round up or try to, right? Yeah, fusion centers. It'll degrade really fast. It will. Yes. Turn the fucking power off in a city. These motherfuckers have never, like I lived in San Diego. When you didn't pay your electric bill, you'd have to go almost a year before they'd turn your shit off. They never turned your water off. Out here, in the middle of nowhere, you're late on your electric bill, they come pull your meter. They pull the meter. When they turn your water off, they put a lock on it. When you cut the lock and turn it back on, they haul your ass into court for theft of services. Things are different here. Tennessee DMV is literally Homeland Security Office. Yes, it is. This is true. Homeland Liaison, I used to be a deputy. Yes, they are not you. I'm telling you, they're not people. They ain't hanging out with you. You don't eat lunch with these guys. They are cataloging you. You want to see what's going to happen? 299 days, right? F troops, F cards, F credits, the loyalists. If you had what's that stock they're banning right now, right? What's the brace, the pistol brace? If you had a pistol brace on an AR-15, who's most likely to turn you in? It ain't the liberal, because you ain't out hanging out with the liberals. You ain't out shooting with the liberals. It's some motherfucker that was like you, right? Who's showing up on all my videos talking shit? Who's showing up on Krisky's videos talking shit? Most of them ain't the liberals. It ain't the anti-gunners. It's people that look like you and I. When you click on the dude's profile that's talking shit, you're like, what's this guy's problem? We have a lot in common. He's got a truck. He's got some kids. He's got a dog. He likes to do outdoor shit, right? They're people like us. They have everybody so divided and infighting, right? It's not gun owners anymore. It's gun culture versus gun community, right? And then it's Glock versus High Point, or it's fucking whatever it is. It's Chevy versus Ford, white versus black, gay versus straight. It's about dividing you. You have no power because nobody stands together. Tenants can be as, oh, fuck yeah, man. As my deadbeat tenant left contractor bags full of trash and laundry, CPAP machines, etc., I hired the local kid on the street to help. One of them found a used tampon. Yeah, at least it wasn't needles. At least the fucking house wasn't full of cockroaches. At least he didn't fucking pour concrete down your toilet. Like, believe me, for as As irritating as that was, you got a fucking easy, man. Yeah, infighting. Let the cities burn. Yeah, guys, get out of the fucking cities. Get out of the cities. If you live someplace, if your neighbor's house caught on fire, is there a chance your house caught on fire? If it will, you live fucking in the wrong place. You could go to 10 houses near here, light them on fire. My house is fine. The gray one, no, the gray one's retarded. Those two cats, their mom put them in a skid steer. And I drove the skid steer around for about 20 minutes, and then it started smoking and squealing. And when we opened it up the next morning, the mama cat, her head was cut off. She had caught in a belt, and it broke 2 belts and ripped 2 blades off the fan blade on the skid steer. I got a big full-size commercial skid steer, and it did $1,400 worth of damage. And when we slid the radiator out, it's on a tray, so you can access the engine compartment. There was 3 little kittens in the bottom. And one of them was dead, and they were both covered in soot and black soot. We washed them off, and one was the white one and one's the gray one. But the gray one, he's just like, that boy is not right? In the animal kingdom, mom would have killed that cat. He just wasn't old enough for her to realize he's retarded. He's a very loving cat. He wants to jump up on you like a dog. He follows you around. He just wants attention. He's a great pet. But he's just not right. He's just kind of dumb. He might be stalking something, but whatever he's stalking, it's not really. Mama was hard-headed, yeah. Tactical possum sighting. My house be fine, yeah. Looked up Walmart tunnels, and now I'm deep underground. Yeah, those are called DUMBs. DUMBs. D-U-M-B. Yaesu. Yaesu VX6. VX6Rs. I have VX6s, I have VX7s, I have VX5s. They have discontinued the 8s, the 5s, and the 7s. They only make the 6s now, is my understanding. Us felons, 5,000 tax write-off business owners. U.S. felons are a $5,000 tax write-off for business owners. Some of us will be the best workers ever. Muddy paws. I would rather hire a dude that's been in prison. He's a known commodity. Like you know the situation with him. I would trust a dude who's been in prison. A guy that walks in and is like, yo, yeah, I was in prison. I would trust him faster than a dude I don't know that I hired. VX6R is next on the list. Yeah, they're great, man. You can buy them in You can buy them in packs of 2 and 3. Dude, get with Radio Made Easy and do some video collaborations with him, man. That's our guy. He'll be here. I think he's coming tomorrow. We're doing a chainsaw workshop. You should come down for that. Gray ones like mustard and French fries. Yeah. Yeah. Have you guys seen? So we went out. We went to Jackson tonight and had sushi. Went to Home Depot to get some filters for this shop vac. We use this shop vac over here every day. We run it for like 30 minutes. I guarantee we have run it more than Milwaukee ever intended this thing to be ran. Great fucking product. I would buy another one in a heartbeat. We're still using the same filter. So I've gone to buy a second filter. I go to get the second filter, and they use these little filters right here. So I'm like, okay, I need some more filters for this thing. So I take the model number off of this thing, right? 0882-20. And I put that in Amazon. And I add filter. And it comes up. So I buy 2 filters. We get them, and they're twice that size. I'm like, what the fuck? So we send them back. So I'm like, okay, I go to Home Depot. And I put in that model number of vacuum. And it says, commonly purchased with this vacuum, these 2 filters. So I click on the filters. It says they will work in this fucking shop vac. They get here today. They're bigger than the shop vac, the filters they sent me. So I'm like, fuck it, we'll be in town. Let's just go to Home Depot. They don't have any fucking shop vac filters. So I'm still chasing shop vac filters. Anyways, We went and ate. Got back. What was I going to tell you? Why did I even start this? Yeah, we went to Hana's. Hell yeah, I just got smoking deals, supercharger for my car. Good people, I met him. Gray one is like mustard on the fiberglass. I don't know why I started telling you about these. Walmart tunnels, gray one. Ask permission. Where are your papers? Have the same vac. 2 filters off Amazon, arrived today. Perfect. Fuck, mine didn't. Anyways, I need 2 filters. I don't know why I started telling you that. I was going somewhere with that. Yeah, all these guys that are like, friend, don't ask permission. Yeah, that's great. Don't ask permission until you're on the radar. I got a friend named Sean Whalen. If you don't know, like friend, right? If you don't know Sean, look up Sean Whalen. He owns a company called Lions Not Sheep. He sells shirts that say, fuck Joe Biden. The FCC came into his shop and raided him and fined him $2.5 million over some bullshit. He ended up paying about $200,000 when it was all said and done. Do you think he asked permission? No. They came after him because he was high profile. Once you're on the radar, you're never off the radar. My attorney likes to point out, you know you're right, and I know you're right. You also know what the execution of a federal search warrant looks like. I was on CNN for 3 days straight. I was on the cover of every West Coast newspaper. I had 13 federal agencies serve a search warrant at my shop. So yeah, you can do the I don't ask permission. That's awesome. You're better off saying fucking nothing, doing what you want, and just don't tell anybody. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So on the drive back, we were watching videos. Have you guys seen these? It's not FX air guns. It's they got a 72 caliber air gun. They were shooting cinder blocks. It was exploding them. They're pretty badass. They're about $100 to $1,500. But you need a pump. You know, you got to fill them and shit. So by the time you're done, it's about $2,000. I'm looking up the video I was watching here. World's most powerful gun, air gun. It's they were shooting with a 9mm pistol, and it wasn't penetrating both sides, but these air guns were. They have a 9mm. They have a 35 caliber. They got a 72 caliber. They got just these fucking crazy air guns. AEA is what they are. That's the, yeah, AEA. AEA HP Max 45 caliber. Yeah, dude smoking deer. Yeah, they're shooting Cape Buffalo. They're shooting grizzly bears. Check out Python Cowboy. There's a couple dudes. We talked to some of these guys through social media. And they're like, come down to Florida for the weekend, shoot iguanas. There's a bounty on these. And then the municipalities and the churches hire these guys. So the church pays these guys to come down and shoot these iguanas because the droppings carry salmonella. And the bull iguanas, the males, they're actually aggressive towards children and shit. So they come down and they'll shoot fucking 50, 60 of these things. And then they turn them in to the game offices, and then they get a head bounty for that also. So they get double paid. Plus they make content. Are they good to go? Yes, there's no explosive propellant. A lot of states say that a felon can have a firearm. But if your charges were federal law supersedes state law. Like state of Texas says that a man has the right to defend his castle. A person on probation or parole can have a firearm in the home. It cannot travel from the home. There are 7 pieces of case law. There's actually a lot more, but there are 7 specific pieces of case law in the state of Texas where felons, even on probation, shot and killed people, justifiable homicide in their own home. State of Texas says good to go. 7 of these cases, the feds have come in a year or 2 years after the fact and arrested them, even though the state said justifiable homicide. Federal law supersedes state law. Air guns are not classified as firearms. A firearm is classified as a gun that is fired from an explosive propellant. So you will hear a lot of people say you can have black powder. Under federal law, you cannot have black powder. Never a problem till it's a problem. You might be a felon and have firearms in your state, and it's never been an issue. If the feds want you, they will grab you. And they're not going to get you for the guns. They're going to get you because you pissed them off with something you said or did. The guns is just what they're going to use. Get a rail gun. And you'd be fine until the feds came after you. That's what I'm saying. There are 7 specific pieces of case law where the feds did arrest people after the fact in Texas. Threw the 9mm really hard. Funny tidbit, there's no laws at all against an airgun sound suppressor. Your stuff's great. It's never in stock online. Mike, I live in the middle of nowhere. We built all of this stuff here today, yesterday, day before. There's always something online. If you want to buy, and I get it, man. I wouldn't do business with my company. I can go on Amazon and get anything I want the next day. I do it all the time. That's where shade cloth came from. I have a text app. If you get on my text app, you are going to get a text every day. So if you don't like text, don't get on my text app. I do an email. You can get on my email list. We are going to send you an email Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. So if you don't like emails, because we get these little cunts that like, you spam my email. No, dipshit. You signed up and clicked the button 3 times, in fact, to even receive my emails. So we send out, here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. There's an algorithm to email. If you are using Facebook, Instagram, or any of these places to promote your business, it's great. I made millions of dollars from doing that. When they get mad at you, they will turn your shit off. When I get a Facebook ban, it's for 30 days. That's $100,000, $200,000 in revenue that I don't make that month because I'm banned on Facebook. So we set up an email list. Works good. I've got 90,000 people on my email list right now. There's an algorithm to it. When you guys don't open the email, it marks you as a mass spammer because all you cheap motherfuckers, you use a free email service. Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, right? So there's an algorithm to it. So a lot of people, it goes into that. For some reason, people don't check their spam box. I can't fathom that. Every time I walk to work day, I check my email. I have 3 that I check. But for some reason, most human beings do not. And that's where the email goes. So to circumvent that, we set up text message because it goes to your phone. And there's no algorithm currently to text message. So to get people to join our text app, we said, hey, if you join our text app, we put the text out 30 minutes before we put the email out. Well, everything was selling out. We send a text every day. On that text tonight, we're AKM4 micro rigs. So when you're saying everything's sold out, everything you see here is on the website and you could order it tonight. It's not sold out. You're just looking at specific items or you're repeating something you heard somebody say. Because typically on the internet, people don't post positive stuff. They only bitch and complain, and then other people see it and they do like telephone, right? They play that telephone game where they repeat it over and over and add a word to it. We made Chris rigs today in multicam NOD. I have 308 split front chest rigs. I have subgun micros. I have lever gun chest rigs. All of these in multiple colors. I have stacked micro rigs. I have 308 micro rigs. I have cop rigs. I have AKM4 micros. More AKM4 micros. Everything over here, that's all left-handed shit, right? Tonight, if you're on our email list or our text app, there's a promo. It's Flag Day. When you place an order tonight, you get a free $65 tool bag light and you get to pick your color. See, everything's not out of stock. You're just not looking. I have your EDC belt 5+ years. Definitely worth it. No wait, ship the next day. Just now I'm getting to send it for resizing. Yeah, a box of Nils ND, some 2x4s. Interior, those bags of sick. Yeah, that's the Flag Day part of it. Look forward to getting text. John, you coming out this weekend for the chainsaw? Snow Farms, hey, what's up? Text app is awesome. I have to check my spam because a lot of my customers' emails. Yeah, mine too. People that I talk to on a regular basis still go to my spam folder. I have a junk email, and then I have 2 inboxes. And they usually categorize it pretty well, like 90%. It'd be nice if you respond onto the text message. There's a real person. Yeah, we don't want people to know that, though. It always surprises me when guys are shitty on the text message. Like, just fucking shitty. And Amanda's like, hey, good news. I just canceled your fucking order, and I've removed you from my system. And guys, and then they backpedal, and they're like, I didn't want you to cancel my order. Well, what did you think you were going to get when you said, hey, you build all this bullshit every day, but how come you haven't fucking built my thing? What did you think was going to happen? Well, I didn't think there was a human there. Oh, you didn't think there was a person there. Then why did you fucking text it all out and send it? Because you're a cunt. That's why. Just discovered Pulling the Thread podcast. Right on. So, Rusty, we did 126 episodes. We recorded 5 days a week from the bunker, and then we stopped, and we didn't do any for years. And people all the time were like, hey, bring back Pulling the Thread. So what you might not be aware of, episode 12, I think, is about to go live to the public. We've actually recorded episode 29. We have a membership here. There's a button there that says join. If you're on an Apple phone, it won't let you do it because YouTube told Apple, hey, you got to do this thing. And Apple said, no, fuck off. We're not doing it. So you got to go to a laptop to do it. On any other phone other than Apple, there's a button there. You can hit, says join. And we have a membership level, $1, $5, $10. At the $10 level, you get the Pulling the Thread podcast as current events. We also have a Patreon. You like the stuff we do? You want to help support us? We spend a fucking lot of money making these videos. I spend more money every week making these videos than we make off of all these videos, right? All the monetization on YouTube. I don't make that in a month, what I spend in a week doing these videos. And that's just paying two dudes the labor to build the videos and stuff, right? To edit and stuff. That's not any of the other, that's not the equipment. That's not my time when I'm not out here doing this thing. So if you want to help support us, Patreon, it's $5. And that's where we put some content up there that's unique to Patreon. And that's also where you ask questions. So if you, every now and then we'll go through, take the questions from Patreon, and we'll actually build a Pulling the Thread podcast episode off your guys' questions. Tyler Alias, that's my personality, but I'm clueless how it got a YouTube account. I ordered pizzas under the name Rusty Shackelford. You can do it from YouTube website. Yeah, you got to on an iPhone. Got it. Okay. We can get shipping notification through text messages as well. Yes, sir. Yeah. Thought they were going to get appeasement. Yeah, I don't know what they thought. You're never going to message me and be like, if you don't do this, I'm reporting you or I'm charging this off. You're never going to get anything. If your outcome, if you hope to get some outcome by threatening me, like I'll burn my fucking house down and live in a fucking tent before I fucking do what you want me to do for you if you're shitty. You'll never, like I'll just dig my heels in. We have a dude right now that's super pissed off. I don't even remember what he's mad about. And he's threatening the Better Business Bureau. I have a D rating with the Better Business Bureau. I did a fucking patch, a shirt, and a sticker that said F rating with the Better Business Bureau. You know that I can pay the Better Business Bureau right now $495, and tomorrow morning they'll give me an A+ rating. Wolfgang Puck has a F rating with the Better Business Bureau. Hyatt Regency Hotel has a F rating with the Better Business Bureau. You know who has an A rating? There's a Nazi fucking group, a skinhead group that has an A rating. You know why? Because they paid the $495. The Better Business Bureau is a fucking scam. But all these little bitches, when they're mad, they're like, I'm going to report you to the Business Bureau. I used to video as a rebuttal and put it on YouTube, blasting the customer. And then I would submit that to the Better Business Bureau, and they would automatically submit it to the customer. Dude, saying items are out of stock should do the text, email, follow-up, social. Makes a huge... I don't know what you're talking about, Brian. What business is it that you run? Laugh out loud. This is going off the rails. Yeah, this might not be the place for you, man. I mean, I've been in business 35 years. Pretty sure I know what I'm doing here. More people are watching this live stream right now than are seeing it. That's why they had to remove. You notice there's not a thumbs down on videos anymore. Do you know why they removed that? Because the White House was getting 1,000 thumbs up and millions of thumbs downs because you were able to see what the truth really was. So they removed that. That's legitimately the reason when that's the Biden White House is when they removed the thumbs down on YouTube videos. Yeah, we had a guy got a patch panel. And we ship them in these boxes over here, right? So we fold them up and put them in boxes. And he was super ass hurt that his patch panel was creased. And I said, hey, don't trip. Unfold it. Put it in the dash in your car for a couple hours where it's hot. And it'll smooth out. And he lost his mind. He shipped it back to us. So we took his patch panel. And all of the employees, we went out in the parking lot. And we lit his patch panel. But it was fire. So we put gasoline on it and burnt the patch panel. And we made a video of it and sent it to him. And then I auctioned the two pieces because it burnt into two pieces. It like eventually smoldered up into a molten ball of nylon. We auctioned it off and somebody paid $1,000 for one piece of the patch panel and another person bid $800 on the other piece of the patch panel. Yeah, the thumbs down thing, that's not, I'm not making that up, guys. That's very fucking real. That's very real. Like Shapiro spoke about it. Tim Pool talked about it. All those dudes, like that's the truth. Shotgun card guys, yeah. It's always the shotgun card guys are the weirdest too, because it's the least expensive item we make, right? It's $15-20. And it's always when they don't get their way or whatever. It's always, I was going to buy these for my unit, or I was going to buy thousands of dollars worth of gear. I was just trying this out. Yeah, okay. My unit. Oh, you mean your mom. And what would usually happen is we would take these guys' emails and we would post them on Facebook. And inevitably, within an hour or two, we would get an email and a dude would be like, hey, I work for so-and-so sheriff's department. That dude's not with the sheriff's department. He's not with the SWAT team. I'm on the SWAT team. That dude is campus security, and he said some inappropriate shit to some of the females, so they bumped him. He's not allowed to do patrolling security on campus anymore. He works the phones and dispatch only. He's not able to interact face-to-face with college students. That happened. That was one of the ones. And the dude's like, I'm on the SWAT team. I'm going to tell my whole unit not to buy your stuff. We had another guy that sent Amanda a dick picture. I happened to be at dinner sitting with my attorney, and she showed him the picture. Turns out, this dude, he's not a cop either. Turns out he's the dog catcher. And Dana took the email, found the municipality where he said he worked, the police department, called the chief of police there, got a hold of the fucking mayor, and that dude lost his job over that picture. Not my intention, but that is in fact what happened over him sending a dick picture to Amanda. The motherfucker ordered a 56-inch belt and then was mad that it didn't fit his 48-inch pants. It's just a small world. It makes no sense. I tell my kids I tell young people, not just my kids, I tell young people all the time, I'm like, look, you might be right, but you need to evaluate what you stand to gain. And more importantly, what do you stand to lose by fighting this fight? Yeah, Dana, Hot Crazy Matrix. That's my attorney. He's also alumni. He also is a part-time instructor at TAC Response now. 2 + 2 = 5, yeah. Salty Cracker did some funny videos about the thumbs down button, yeah. Yeah, perverts are everywhere. We were talking about that today, right? You ever walk in a woman's bathroom? The stalls have doors on them. Shit, I've not been in a men's bathroom in fucking 20 years that didn't have stalls. Occasionally you'd see a men's bathroom that didn't have stalls on it. Not anymore. But when you walk in a woman's bathroom by accident, I'm sure everybody's been in a woman's bathroom occasionally. I was in a woman's bathroom going to the bathroom and women walked in, and that's when I realized I was in the wrong bathroom. I sat there until they left, and then I left. But a man going into a woman's bathroom, right, these cross-dressers or whatever, when they go into a woman's bathroom, if they go to the bathroom, what does it matter, right? There's no chance of a little girl seeing a he-she's penis, right? It can't happen because there's doors on the bathrooms. If you're outside of the stalls at the sink, for instance, why do you have your pecker out? It's because those aren't trannies, right? Those are not transitioning people or transitioned people, right? Those are predators. And their costume, they dress up as a woman to get closer to their prey. Those are predators. Those are not trannies. Guy apologized to John over the live feed because he worked for my company and knew his district manager. Yeah, Jason. Do you remember when the other Jason Burnett was on, and this kid came on? We used to have just turds all like we used to do lives on Facebook, and I'd have 7,000 people on live all the time. Right? At 9 o'clock I would go upstairs and do cardio, and I always at 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, would have 5,000 people on a live video. But we used to do them in the evenings, and we'd have a couple thousand people on. It came on, and he's making fart jokes and all kinds of shit. I'm like, look, man, chill the fuck out. Hang out. You'll probably learn some shit. You might find that we say something of value, right? You might find that there's somebody here that can actually help change your life in some manner. You never know. And he's like, what? And he just kept being an asshole. And I go, look, man, you need to ask yourself what you stand to gain by what you're doing, and you need to ask yourself what might you lose. And he goes, I go, you never know. There's a bunch of people here who own businesses. One of them might know your boss. And he goes, what, are you going to get me? He goes, are you going to get me fired from my shitty ammo stocking job at Gander Mountain? And somebody on the video clicked on his profile, and he did, in fact, work for Gander Mountain. And my guy who had done my website, Jason on here, our other friend Jason Burnett, said, actually, I play golf with the CEO company, and I promise you, you are losing your job. And like fucking 2-3 minutes later, this dude came on, and he's like, I am the CEO of Gander Mountain. You will have your final check on Monday. Bring your 2 shirts into work to turn them in. And he fired him on a live video. You never know. Here's another one, right? Shitty as it may be, but you never know. Law enforcement could just take your name, find your information from your social media, pop you in the system as having a want or warrant, right? You don't even know it happened. A year later, you get pulled over and you got an arrest warrant you didn't even know you fucking had. It is a fucking small world. And on live feeds and on social media, you can lose a lot more than you can gain from it. Like, just don't be a fucking asshole. You have no idea. Like, you might be going to some college and you're wanting to transition to another school, and somebody's friends with the dean of admission. You don't fucking have a clue how small the fucking world is nowadays. The Capital One account advice made you $400. Awesome. Using that 2%. The internet has made everyone 1 degree of separation. Yes. It's also made people very, very bold. And sometimes they're busy typing on that keyboard, and sometimes they get out and run their mouth in public and forget that they're not behind that keyboard. Eventually, SOE family, happy Flag Day night, right on, even belligerent. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. Dana's your phone lawyer. Your phone number's on the lawyer. 48-inch pant, buddy. We make once a week. We make a 60-inch belt. My drop-down menu goes to 60. I'm one of the few companies that makes a belt that large. But every now and then, I don't know, once a month, we have made a belt up to 80 inches, and we build them up to 70 probably once a month. 85-90% of the time that I'm building a belt 60 inches or above, it says Chief of Police. Because the Chief of Police, he's very proud. He wants to make sure you know he's the Chief of Police. And I would say that, I don't know if it's that high, but I would say that well over 50% of the belts we've made, as large as 60%, go to chief of police. I invite trolls to talk on Zoom, live stream constantly. Yeah. Overton, man, in the days when we were doing YouTube, I used to block anybody. We had people saying heinous shit about the kids and the wife, right? Constantly. We had people we would block, and they would make another fake account, like immediately have another fake account, use the same avatar picture, and say the same crazy shit. So, like, we blocked a lot of people. I've not blocked anybody on YouTube in the last year, probably. Not a single person. And there's a ton of crazy shit going on right now on the comments, especially the shorts, man. They get so fucking mad. And the most viral ones are like, you're spamming my shorts. God, like, people don't realize how dumb people are. Do you know that, anybody on here listening, do you know, push a button, push those little 3 dots, and a menu opens up, and you can block it so you never see another video I make? Are you aware of that? You can do that with any video. If you see somebody's video over and over, and you're like, I can't stand this guy, with 2 button clicks, you won't ever see another video from him. I tell them that. I'm like, you can block me, but you won't. You won't fucking do it. I've seen Wrangler Star get in there, and he's like, and now I own you. It's fucking awesome. Isaac Barrett, have a good night. I made a change when I got to 32 waist, 70 in. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just blocked you. Yeah, good. Just blocked you. I hope so. Jen Champ Jr. Considering I've never seen you here before. Yeah, I'm not even subscribed. You put out an incredible amount of content. Couldn't imagine complaining about spam. Overton, yeah. You're the reason we're doing it, buddy. I got that info from you. George Carlin said it best. Imagine how dumb the average person is, and then realize half the world is dumb. Yeah, I got a friend, Rob Bailey. He owns a lot of stuff, right? Some of the things he owns are Flag Nor Fail, Run Everything Labs. He owns a lot of stuff in Whitefish, Montana. He's friends with Andy Stump, over there, owns the Black Rifle Coffee. Rob's done a ton of shit. His wife is Dana Lynn Bailey, Miss Olympia. They own a bunch of gyms. They own a lot of stuff. He's got an accelerator, a business accelerator. None of you have heard about it, not from him. He has a Clear, Calculated, and Vicious is one of his Instagrams. Kill Rob Bailey. He's got like 10 albums out. Kill Rob Bailey. He just did some stuff with Tommy Vex. He's friend with Tommy Vex. He's partners with the Diesel Brothers on some stuff. Big stuff, like big stuff. And one of his Instagram pages is Kill Rob Bailey. One's Flag Nor Fail. One is Clear, Calculated, Vicious. I made a short. He has a business develop. He has a private group you can join. And I made a short talking about it for 15 seconds maybe. People are losing their ever-loving fucking minds. There's every comment in there. And I sent it to a couple dudes. I sent it to some of my video guys and a few other people. And I'm like, read these comments. Do not reply to the comments. And they're like, holy fuck, what's wrong with people? I said, what you don't realize is that is 99% of society. 99% of the people that you are around are of that mentality. We just don't realize it because we don't give access to dipshits, right? We don't let people in our circles, we don't let them in the same rooms with us. But 99% of the population are that dumb. No, it's not terrible, belt fed. It makes it go viral. Those dudes, that whether they can fathom it or not, they are working for us for free. CCVIG posts almost daily. Yeah, it's crazy. And they wouldn't have a problem. They wouldn't have a single fucking problem if I shared the content. They're mad because it's $365 a year or a month. It's $300 a month to join the group. And what they don't realize, what they don't get is if you're in the group, no matter what business you do, there is somebody else in the group that is going to do a massive amount of business. It's a networking group. That's what it is. You're and the information he does a live, you get a live video every Tuesday with him, right? There's something in there for every business owner that would make you thousands of dollars. You could implement it immediately. These guys don't get it, man. Mini 14, decent firearm, just don't think accuracy by volume. The problem with your Mini 14 is you can't get parts for it. We had some sheriff's departments in San Diego had Mini 14s. When they had problems, like some of the firing pins had some issues, at the gun shop I worked at, you could not get parts for the Mini 14. They wanted you to send the Mini 14 back to Ruger. Mini 14, cool, whatever. It's not a replacement for an AR-15. And for the price, if you inherited it, great. You just want one, more power to you. But don't rely your life on that motherfucker, right? All the power plants had those AC556s, the stainless steel folding stock ones like the A-Team used to use in the TV show. It's cool. For the price you're going to pay for a Mini 14, you can get a very good, reliable AR-15, though. It is. It's all about who you know. That's exactly what it is. Babylonian black screen of death. Yeah, the rectangle of death, the Babylonian rectangle of death. Absolutely. Just any advice on how to make a Mini 14 more effective is really appreciated. Got it. More effective, man, just go train, know the gun, right? Fire a bunch of rounds through it, find out what the weaknesses are. How do you get the text chain? Our email, our website is SOE, Special Equipment, SOE, tacticalgear.com. That's our website. You go on there and you just join the text message. And just so you know, you're watching this from YouTube, you can go to any of my YouTube videos, and there's in the description, there's a link to my website. Unless you're in everybody's YouTube, everybody's social media, unless they are absolute dipshits, they have a link for all their contact information. It's the only option that you own for a couple of reasons. Thinking of it in terms of a DMR really helps put into perspective the proper role. You have a 9 PCC HD Mini 14 as your rifle. Cool. I lived in San Diego for a long time. I had a Mini 14. We used to go shooting Anderson Truck Trail. I think that's where we went. We'd go way out in Santee, Lakeside, and then as the years went on, you couldn't shoot there. We used to go up to Julian and shoot, and we used to shoot in Alpine. We'd go to Potrero and shoot out there. Best advice for making Mini 14 more effective is sell it. Yeah, he doesn't want to sell it. He wants to keep it. Don't see civilian role for DMR. Blim PSA rifles are the way. Buy tech sites for Mini 15. Not familiar with those. Bolts and BCGs. Love hot oil baths. Palmetto State. Anyone know how to get on the text chain? I just answered that. I'm sure there's comments I've missed. I forgot. I'm not even on live chat. Here we go. You don't know how many times I have to tell people to put their website on shirt. You don't think there's a space for Civi DMR? Interesting. What about M1 carbine? Somebody asked me about M1 carbines. First rifle I had was an M1 carbine. I had a Ivor Johnson. No, I had a Universal. And it never ran. Could you make it run? Sure, you could. Somebody had asked a question about the mini carbine in one of our private comment groups, and it's neat. I wouldn't buy that over something else. I mean, you should have an AR-15. It's definitely not a replacement for an AR-15. And one of the comments, when you're out of ammo, he'll still be able to get M1 carbine ammo, and I strongly disagree with that, right? Go to Walmart right now and try to buy some M1 carbine ammo, because you can buy 5.56, 9mm, 45, 30-06, 30-30, 30 caliber carbine, not going to be there. Most gun shops don't even have it. You could load it. I loaded my own, right? I did. But it's just not, it's not a replacement for anything. If you just want it because grandpa had one, or you've got, where there's some M2 parts kits buried someplace, and in the apocalypse, you're going to be able to pull those up or whatever, more power to you. If you want it, that's the real answer. You want it. But you can't sell it as better than anything else. You want it? You're a grown fucking man. You should have anything you want. You want a single action army revolver, and that's what you're going to kill bad guys from horseback? More power to you, brother. But don't try to convince everybody else in order to fit your belief, right? If the answer is you want it. Is it better than anything else? Fuck no, it's not. Small team supply sells 24 barrel AR, 30 M65. Yeah, there's tons of it out there, man. Walmart doesn't sell 9mm 223, at least not around here. It does here. Prepare for no resupply. Yeah, and if there's no resupply, what does every law enforcement agency use? What does every National Guard use? What does every military unit use, right? What is every occupying force of the United States in the future going to use? Civil War, right? When you're having to choose your side, what caliber ammo are they most likely to hand out, right? Highwayman, that'll be a thing in the future. What ammo is he going to be able to get from those supply trains? Most people who own rifles, ARs or not, keep spare parts, extractor, yeah. Current setup, Beretta 92, Mini 14. Yeah, I had both of those, man. Like it, and it's what I have access to and practice with. I'm not going to pretend like Glock AR aren't better. Dude, you do you, man. Like, whatever your situation is, when you look over in the morning when you wake up and that AR's over there by your bed, and that Beretta 92 FS, I hope it's an FS, not just a 92, but whatever it is, and that's on your nightstand, and you reach over and you feel that thing, and it brings a smile to your face, more power to you, man. Like, you earned that money. You spent that money. Those were your choices. I'm happy for you, right? I'm happy for you. I don't care if you have Ford or Chevy. I don't care. You earned it. You bought it. More power to you. Yeah, the National Post Office needed 7 million rounds. It's more than 7 million, buddy. The fucking teachers group, right? The Department of Education. What did they buy? 40 million rounds? How many AR-15s did they get? How many shotguns? Why does how about Department of Transportation? Why do they have all the equipment for a standing army? It's almost like they're setting up another army you don't know about. Yeah, when you're popping blue helmets, we're all going to be glad. I don't care if you got an M1 carbine. I don't care if you got an Mini 14, right? Panamanian paratroopers. When we're worried about the zombies at the gate, I'm just glad you have something. You're out there poking them with spears. I'm happy for you. Current priority ammo and practicing on what I own. I'm not even buying fancy ammo. Isaac, I understand you're in San Diego? Question mark. Is that where you're at? I think you had said that. And if you're not and you don't want to say, that's fine too, buddy. Truly believe all the federal ammo buying was a way to cause short. Maybe. Massachusetts, got it. 78 federal agencies carry or have weapons. You know the thing about Josh is always fucking right. If you want to try to catch Josh slipping, try to fact check him. He's always fucking correct. Yeah, it's only 3%, man. That's the case, right? It's only 3%. Spears. I have a couple whale harpoons. I have a U6. When society collapses, I plan to get a couple melee weapon kills. Happy to have even a 410. Yeah, Tyler, you show up here. You bring a giraffe leg with you, right? Bring a giraffe. Get a giraffe shin bone, and you can kill some zombies with that. Stocking the bunkers using all the federal budgets. Even if it was because sure as hell didn't just throw the ammo in the trash. No, where did all the freeze dried food go? Do you remember when Mountain House came out and said they couldn't get any chicken? Right, Mountain House, all the bunker companies, federal agencies were buying everything from them. I think we'll be surprised how many guys will show up with pump shotguns, deer rifles, and yeah, you have over 2 million people right now who have overthrown governments around the world, right? And have come home and been treated poorly by their own government. Why does the NEA have all the what is the NEA? National Education? What's NEA? I'm not familiar. Harpoon melee, yeah. Ball ammo, yeah, 115 for your 9 mils. Sicker sense of humor, got a laugh out of single action revolver. My father-in-law killed my wife's brother-in-law with an old black powder. Yeah, there was people killed all through history with fucking guns that didn't shoot. They didn't have a kill range of more. I heard today, right? An old flintlock had the kill range of an arm length and a saber. How many cows burnt in that fire? Didn't anyone see any carcasses? You never heard any more about it, did you? Whale Harpoon, my nickname in college. Big girls need loving too. You get a bigger girl, man. She can carry 40% of her body weight. You get a big enough girl, you ain't got to carry a pack. And if things got really bad, you can render her down for lamp oil. Shit, you can make a teepee out of her. You could slice her open and crawl inside to stay warm, like a tauntaun, right? Black powder gun. Isaac, they got some air guns out there. They have some semi-auto air guns that are you're shooting cinder blocks with them, and it's literally just disintegrating the cinder blocks. You can get a legal in every state air gun, semi-automatic. I think it has a 12-round rotary magazine, and you can buy it for $1,200. Now you're going to need a fill station. They have a bicycle pump you can fill them with. Takes forever. But you can get a compressed tank. You can buy a compressor that'll jam a tank, or you can take your scuba tanks and have them jammed and fill off of that. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. But there's no regulations on them. Best place to buy MREs? I don't think it matters, man. You're going to pay the same. Here's the secret for buying MREs. Every military unit out there, every National Guard unit, they have a training weekend. They get issued MREs. Nobody eats them, motherfuckers. When they come back in, they're going to dump them. They're going to go to the trash. So they let the guys take them. You're on Marketplace, on Facebook or Craigslist. Just type in MRE. You will find guys in your area. A lot of times it's surplus stores or whatever, and you can buy them from them. You can buy loose meals. You can buy cases. Typically, you're not going to get cases. You're going to get loose meals. I think I can put 32 loose meal. I was going to show you a super kit bag. I don't even have one. I have tons of super kit bags full of single meals, right? They're still in the wrappers. They're just not in the cases of 12. And that's how you're going to buy them. And if you buy them locally, you don't have to pay shipping. You're going to pay, I used to pay $20 per case just in shipping to have MRE shipped. It's going to be way more than that now to ship a case of MRE. So if you can buy them in your local area, you're going to save a lot of money on them. Yeah, but Jason, a dude typically buying MREs is going to pay $5 to $6 a meal. A new case of MREs is going to be about $75 to $80 plus shipping. A freeze dryer is going to be a couple grand to $4 or $5 grand, right? And then it takes time For a dude starting out, I don't have a problem with a dude just buying MREs, right? Or Mountain House. Or something similar. 48 MREs is a super kit. Is that what it is? Yeah, I thought I had 36 or so in there. Yeah, and it's fucking heavy, guys. It's heavy. It's heavy enough that I'm like, hey, carry this upstairs. I don't want to carry all these fucking bags. Not sure if it's legit, but a surplus told me some states illegalized selling by the case. I don't know. Allowed versus able. Vacuum sealer, worth it. You can make your own custom MREs, yeah. Now, if you're buying a vacuum sealer, know this. When you go to Walmart, Costco, and buy a vacuum sealer, those are shit. If you just sealed pasta in those with those fucking vac masters, the pasta will puncture the bag. Those are trash. Buy you a chamber vacuum sealer, right? A lot of kids, like I did this shit when I was younger, right? If you'd asked me when I was 20, I'm not going to live past 35. I don't need to buy a good this or good that, right? As you get older, you realize that expensive shit actually costs less because it doesn't ever have to be replaced. This is a chamber vacuum sealer. I can put mason jars in there. I can do all my own size Mylar bags. I can put 7 mil bags. I can put 3 mil bags. We buy cases of Mylar bags, any size we want, by the 1,000. This is a VacMaster 215. We had a professional chef. He's on here. His name is Josh. Professional chef worked here, and he came here when he worked here with a 210. I tried to buy a 210, couldn't get one right away, so I bought a 215. I have never regretted this. I got a buddy that owns a giant custom butcher shop, and he has 3 450s in there. They're huge. They're like 5 times the size of this. He can vacuum seal a whole rack of ribs in that thing. It's enormous. If you get a VacMaster, you will never ever wish you hadn't. When I bought that one, it was like, I think it was $1,000. I paid $450 to have it next day shipped. They brought it on a semi truck. Retort canning? What's that? Is that dry canning? Is that when you put all your shit in there and then you put it in the oven and it kills all the bugs, and then when it cools down, it vacs the seal? Is that what we're talking about? Is that retort canning? Saw dude vacuum seal and AR, put it in a 6-inch PVC. Yeah, absolutely you could. Absolutely. Don't buy a vacuum sealer from Webstaurant. This one's from Webstaurant. I've got freezers here from Webstaurant. I've got Mylar from Webstaurant. This vacuum sealer here came from Webstaurant. It's the VacMaster. They sell their own brand also. They sell a generic, if that's what you're talking about. Danica pants? Yeah, I'm Danica shorts right now. US, just a great fucking company. I own 50 or 60 pairs of Katanica shorts. I've got Katanica jackets. My wife bought me a hoodie for Christmas. It's expensive. When she bought it, I'm like, holy shit, I don't know if I would have bought that. Every time I put this fucking thing on, I'm like, holy shit, I would buy this all over again. I love this fucking hoodie. MREs are a morale booster. I eat one every now and then. Guys, I had some brown wrap, right? 1990. When we moved in this building, we had some 1990 MREs. We sat in the garage and ate them. Nobody got sick. When I moved in my shop in Oceanside, I could not afford the building. I paid the rent. The power was on when we rented the building. I drove up to the shop. As I drove up to the shop, my Blazer ran out of gasoline. They put a ticket on my truck that night. I got a couple of Marines to help me push it to the back alley behind the shop. I stayed in the shop for at least 30 days. I didn't leave the building for a month. I traded Marines gear that I was making, and I didn't have any materials. Like, I had very little. Like, you could come in, I had like 5 pieces of gear. They would trade me for MREs when they were coming back from the field. I ate nothing but MREs for 30 days. I slept on some isomats and a poncho liner for 3 months in that building. It didn't have a shower in the building. I was taking bird baths. I was eating MREs. I ate nothing but MREs for an entire month. I lived off MREs in the building when I got my first shop. They'll keep you alive. And for all the dudes that here complain about MREs, I've actually minded MREs. Yeah, 12 years old. Yeah. If you open an MRE and it's bad, you will know it. It'll be bloated. It'll stink. You'll know. Which Katanica made ladies skinny jeans with extra pockets? Those you bought those nurses pants. Those were cute, Amanda. Those ones you bought at Rural King. Those were cute. Team chicken and dumplings. Overton, I tried to give away chicken and dumplings, right? We have all these beggars here. I don't know. We have a lot of city folks moving here. And that what it is they have left here when they were kids. And now that things are tough in the cities, they're moving back home, right? But every one of them, you want some entertainment? Join Hip Camden, Tennessee. It's our local Facebook group here. You want to see some crazy shit? There are motherfuckers. Hey, I moved here and I have 4 kids. One's autistic and one's special needs. I need to go out of town for a week. I need somebody to babysit my kids, even though you've never met them and I've never met you. Can I drop my kids off? I'm going to be gone for a week. Like, there's that kind of shit, right? So there's always people like, hey, which churches give out food? Who helps with paying my rent? My electricity is about to be turned off. Can anybody help pay my electricity? Yeah, I can. I got a thing. It's called a motherfucking job. Why don't you show up here at 8 a.m. in the morning and I'll give you one of those. But they never do. Anyways, I got a bunch of roosters. And I'm like, hey, I've got these roosters. If you don't have a rooster for your flock, I have big roosters. Like my roosters will kick the shit out of your dog. Like they are literally the size of coyotes. My roosters, I got a pen with 12 of them. I bought a bunch of hens, and a bunch of them ended up being roosters. And I've got like 4 or 5 different kinds of roosters. They're enormous. And I'm like, if you need a good rooster, I have roosters. I'll give them to you for free. Or if you just want to make chicken and dumplings, I will give them to you for free. You just got to butcher them out. You could just breast them. Like you don't even have to fully process them. Just dispatch them and cut the breasts out, make some chicken and dumplings. These motherfuckers are so lazy, they will not take free meat. You never hear the roosters? What's the berserker? You never hear them on the video here? Or you never hear them, like, are you near here? I hear roosters all the fucking time here. There's like 20 of them on the property. I'm actually saving some of them. I'm about to set up in the back some individual chicken runs. And I'm going to use those big fucking burly roosters so that I'll have a run that just has like 6 hens and 1 rooster for barred rocks, 6 hen and 1 rooster for Brahmas. I'm going to keep 5 or 6 so that when we breed them, I can hatch the eggs and know specifically what the eggs are. Oh, on video? If you look at my day on the compound videos, I think I've got 148 of them out there now. There's roosters on there all the time crowing. Trimming down a bird is pretty, yeah, it's super easy. But and even if you don't want to do that, right? If you don't want to gut it, pluck it, or any of that, you could just breast it. These are big. They're big birds, right? They'd be perfect for chicken and dumplings. Pull the breast out the front, skin, like just slice the skin, peel the feathers back, pull the breast, take the breast, cut it into chunks or rip it into strips, and just use it for chicken and dumplings. You should spend the night there and hear them all night. Yeah, chicken pot pie. That'd be great. Building muscle. The rooster sounds like squeaky shoes. Listen close. You can hear the roosters on the morning video. Yeah, they're out at 4:30 a.m. They're out there crowing. Rayleigh Mitchell. Are you local here? Early 2000s open MRE from the 80s. It was bad. Dark brown pouch. Yeah, we had dark brown pouches here. We opened them up. They were fine. I think his channel Steve 1885 or something like that. Yeah, there's a dude. All he does is eat old military meals. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off of here. So last comments, questions. You can hear the roosters on the morning video. Yeah. Super chatted, $25. Thank you, guys. If you're type to need an alarm clock, it's funny how nice a rooster is. Yeah, we don't have an alarm clock in the room. No alarm clock needed. Well, there is one. It goes off at, I think, 6 o'clock. But, like, I don't ever get up with an alarm clock. If I don't get up, if Amanda gets up and I'm not up, she's like, oh, that motherfucker, he must be sick or he really needs sleep. She doesn't. She'll just let my ass lay there. I have to get up before she does. How do you order custom color thread on belts? Every page has a thing in there that says if you want custom color thread, click here. It's a second item. Just type in colored thread. It's there. Cost $10. We're not charging enough. Omelet with ham was the worst. I ate those, man. I didn't mind them. Got some MR Yantry still in green pouches. Dude, we had them all through. We had the Vietnam sea rats all through high school. My dad had them from somewhere. Cattle for grain before. Yeah. Custom gear. I don't much custom. I do some stuff custom. I am very, very expensive. Like really expensive. And custom means you want something that I build, I don't currently have, and I'm going to stop and build it for you for the most part. I'm not going to build your design. I'm not going to change patterns. I'll do custom color stuff. Like I've been building LBVs for guys, some tapered war belts here and there, custom 4-mag war bags, stuff like that. Yeah, we're not charging enough for the colored thread. It takes way longer. We actually sew it and then put colored thread over it. What's your favorite thread and cam? I like multicam black with red, buddy. Because you can stand off from it. Like up close, you see the multi. That's why I bought the Toyota trucks, because they had red thread stitching. Like I bought that first Tacoma, the TRD Pro. I didn't even test drive it. Pierre's like, did you test drive it? They're too small. You're not going to like it. I'm like, nope, I already did the paperwork. I bought it. And I bought it because of the red thread. I like multicam black with red thread. And when you stand 10 feet away from it, you don't see the red thread anymore. You never learned the barter system then? It's all about trading in the military? Who are you speaking to? I had a federal search warrant. Said I had too much military gear. What are you talking about? You obviously haven't looked at CNN. Multicam black red thread looks. Yeah, I like it, man. When we put out a new product, typically we'll take an old product and duplicate it and then change the name on it, right? So we don't have to build all of the subs for the color combos and different options. So you have the option to do a lot of stuff that we have already done on a new product. And it populates multicam black red thread, Typhon red thread, woodland multicam, right? Hands down, the number one seller is multicam black with red thread when we give people the option to purchase it. If we have a new product and let's say 400 dudes order it, 200 of them motherfuckers are going to be multicam black red thread, followed by multicam black, followed by multicam, followed by woodland. Those are the 4 most popular right now. Have been for years. I heard a trade a 6-person boat. Motherfucker, I had a 10-meter rib on a trailer. We had a 10-meter jacuzzi motor, out of dermo. Like, we had everything. Comm gear, fucking MT1X parachute. Like, we had everything. Luke, what's up? Luke Gambrill, how are you, man? Multicam Tropic under. Man, if you need to operate in the woods where it's green, Tropic. You want to operate in the fall, Highlander. You want to operate where there's green woods and shit, where the leaves are on, fucking Tropic. But Mandrake even works better. Bolt again, black red thread gives him the fizz. Yeah, makes your picker poke out. I'm everywhere. Swinging at the fences. Asbestos, I put mustard on the shit and eat it. Think I'm coming left, but I'm really on the right. How do you get the Flag Day bag? I don't know. What's the qualifiers for the Flag Day bag, Amanda? You place a $65 order, have to use the code. If you're asking, you're not going to get it. Like, you have to have the code, which means you have to be on the text or email app. We don't ever give you a discount or some promo shit to bribe you to be a customer. As a thank you for being a customer, you then get the code on your second order. You're never going to see, hey, I got this $200 rig. If you'll please buy it from me, I'll give it to you for $150. You're never going to see that. The 11 meters. Man, there was a bunch of guys fucked up in Washington in high sea state. A lot of comm gears getting lost and shit with special boats. $50 order code, Flag Day 23. Oh, there she is. She gave it to you. Flag Day 23 period or just Flag Day 23? Do data rates apply on the text thread? I don't know. Who the fuck in the world has a phone plan that has a data rate anymore? Holy shit. What is that? Data rate? Where are you on Mars? Is David Goggins up there with you? What the fuck is a data rate? Sounds like date rape. Can confirm. I get SOE emails every few days. SOE is brilliant, promoting excellent gear. We're getting smarter, right? We're getting better. I have people helping me with that. Remember cents per text? I had an 800 number. Like, I used to have to dial area code to call people. I can send text to your satellite phone. Just go ahead and sign up with your satellite phone. Make sure you keep it on. I have an 800 number here. What's my 800 number? Is it 866 eat a dick? It's something eat a dick. That's like a no bullshit legit phone number. It's hidden in the website. If you dig around long enough, the only people that use it, they're really mad. So they scour the website, find the phone number, and I'm like, what did you think was going to happen when you called and dialed a phone number that is eat a dick? That's literally the fucking phone number. That's the phone. There's no buttons on it. 833 eat a dick. Had $500 phone bill back in 03. Yeah. I used to $500 phone bill back in 03. Yeah. I used to get my phone bill cost more depending on how many people called my shop. The information Homestead Medical has on the back of his business card is so good, he should sell his business cards. He will be here tomorrow. Chuck Peoples will be here. Radio Made Easy will be here. It'd be rad if Overton was here. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. Everybody have a fucking killer night. If you want to hear more of my beautiful voice, I'm everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, MeWe's, Local, Float, Getter, True Social. I'm there too. Yeah, I'm fucking everywhere. I'm places you haven't even heard. I'm places you didn't even know you want to be. But you can start here on this YouTube channel. I have over 4,000 actual real videos here. Those aren't shorts. Those are real videos. Pass. Big B. You're going to pass? What are you passing on? Peace, dog. He's under your bed. Tune in tomorrow night. Same bat place, same bat channel. All right, guys. Have a good night.